57 tonight, we are following the Fighting Irish football team to Pittsburgh. Right now, they are preparing for the Pitt Panthers.
It's just a great atmosphere to be in. Everybody's cheering just a first down, a big catch.
Team coverage previewing the big game is just minutes away.
We're tracking another cold night all across the region, but we're going to be tracking a warmer weekend. More coming up with Forecast Track in just a few minutes.
And ABC 57's top story, armed against anything. As police respond to more home invasions across Michiana, a local gun store is seeing more business.
We've seen a large increase in first-time buyers,
including one customer who was just a victim herself. ABC 57 News is now.
Covering South Bend, Elkhart, and all of Michiana, this is ABC 57 News at 11.
They came in through a window and left through our back door.
It's a story that's becoming much more familiar to folks here in Michiana. Recently, police had seen an increase in armed home invasions across St. Joseph and Elkhart counties. Now, one local gun store says folks are trying to gain some protection so they don't turn into the next statistic. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kim Chappell. Brian Dorman has the night off. It's a safety alert ABC 57 is following very closely tonight. Our Rachel Brown talked with Midwest Gun Exchange and several customers about arming themselves. Rachel, what did they share with you tonight?
Kim, the general manager told me the headlines of 9 home invasions in the last 2 months in St. Joseph County have people buying guns for the first time. Tonight, I talked to one crime victim who did just that.
They came in through a window and left through our back door.
Anna Marie Waddell never wants to feel that defenseless again. That recent home break-in brought her here to Midwest Gun Exchange.
You never know what's going to happen anymore.
She's ready to buy a gun to protect her home and her family, and she is not alone. General Manager Brad Rupert says people are taking home security into their own hands.
we've seen a large increase in first-time buyers or people who are here to buy something specifically for personal defense or home defense.
Rupert attributes it to the fragile economy and recent home invasions, 9 in the last 2 months in St. Joseph County.
I would say the majority of our customers are interested in personal protection or home defense.
Iraq War veteran Curtis Kennedy is looking for a gun as well.
Mossberg 500, the standoff.
He says it's one of the best ways to scare off an intruder.
I do believe that firearms in the right hands with the right choices can be a beneficial thing.
Women, veterans, and people of all ages are leaving here locked and loaded.
Everybody from 18 for long guns, 21 for handguns on up to the 90s, over 100. We certainly have had customers of that age as well.
And customers like Waddell will be ready to fight back should someone break in again.
I think we're just going to get one and, you know, maybe a little more protection in our house.
And the general manager advises any first-time gun owner to take a class and to get familiar with their gun, practicing at a shooting range. Live in Mishawaka, Rachel Brown, ABC 57 News.
Thanks so much, Rachel. And here's a look at the latest numbers out of Elkhart County. The 4 dark blue squares are commercial robberies. The 131 light blue squares you can see on your screen there are residential burglaries. And this is data from September 1st until today. Now, we have reached out to them for comment tonight. So far, we have not received a response. And new tonight, Notre Dame's football team has finally arrived at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. This is a picture taken from the team's Twitter account. As you can see, the team had their first look at that field just a few hours ago. And we are under 24 hours away from the Fighting Irish taking on the Pittsburgh Panthers under the lights at Heinz Field. As we speak, the team is at a hotel preparing for this big game. Tonight, ABC 57 has team coverage of the big matchup. Emily Pritchard and Emily Evans are both live for us in Pittsburgh with fan reaction. And meteorologist Jackie Layer is tracking what kind of weather the team could face tomorrow at Heinz Field. We start with our Emily Pritchard. So, Emily, how is the atmosphere tonight in Pittsburgh?
Well, Kim, things have definitely picked up here in Pittsburgh this evening. And at this traditional Irish pub here behind me, there is tons of music, food, fun, of course, drinks, and it is packed to the brim tonight with Notre Dame fans.
AD! We are AD!
From wall to wall, the Notre Dame Alumni Club of Pittsburgh brought out all the Irish stock.
We love when the alum come out, when all the Irish fans come out. It's always a good time, and it's always a great game.
After a night filled with fun at Mulaney's Harp and Fiddle, the Irish fans are ready to convert Pittsburgh into their home turf. For former Irish players like Chris Ura, he's got all his faith behind his team on Saturday.
Notre Dame is going to win. I mean, this is a great place for Notre Dame to play. It has a great alumni connection. There's a lot of Irish fans here, and I think it's almost like a home game in some ways.
And he's not the only former Irish in the room to take the stage. Mike McCoy showed off his national championship ring he won under Ara Parseghian to a round of applause. And McCoy says tomorrow he's hoping for a solid performance on both sides of the ball.
Hopefully tomorrow the team can put an offense and defense together at the same time. It seems like one's been bailing out the other lately, and we need to do that coming down the stretch with these teams we got it before we play Stanford.
Before these Irish head to bed, there will be plenty of chants along with well wishes for a successful Saturday at Heinz Field.
Tomorrow, I don't care what the score is, 1 point or none, as long as they win.
I'm sure a lot of Notre Dame fans feel that way tonight and leading into tomorrow. And this party inside is going to be going on until 1 in the morning. And most Notre Dame fans I talk to say that doesn't matter much to them, since tomorrow's game doesn't kick off until 8 p.m. Reporting live from downtown Pittsburgh, Emily Pritchard, ABC 57 News.
Plenty of time to sleep in. Thanks, Emily. And tomorrow night, one Irish fan might be calling on some heavenly powers to help the team get that win over the Panthers. ABC 57 found one Pittsburgh priest that lives and breathes Notre Dame football. ABC 57's Emily Evans had a chance to talk to this man tonight. And Emily, will he be calling on those higher heavenly powers tomorrow for Notre Dame to win?
Well, Kim, I sure hope not. Father John Haney tells me there's actually quite a few Irish fans here in Steel City, and with their help and with the man upstairs on their side, Notre Dame should have no problem returning to South Bend with a victory.
Cheers for Notre Dame.
Meet Father John Haney, a priest at St. Gabriel Catholic Church in Pittsburgh who's very loyal to two things: God and the one and only University of Notre Dame.
I just can't say enough about Notre Dame. I'm crazy about it. And
when Father Haney was a young boy, his father took him to a Pitt Notre Dame game in Pittsburgh, where tens of thousands of Irish fans were in attendance. And he says he didn't understand how powerful the bond was among Notre Dame fans until he set foot on the university's campus.
I said, "What's this all about, Dad?" I said, and he said, "You'll grow up, you'll find out." Well, I did grow up finally, and I did find out. When I was a young priest, a couple of parishioners used to take me out to games for a weekend. Boy, I just fell in love with the place from that time on.
To Father Haney, the Notre Dame tradition is the definition of the game of football.
But all the games are exciting. It's a clean atmosphere and a lot of fun. That's real what football should be all about, really.
And tomorrow, he says he has complete faith in his Fighting Irish to pull out the win over his hometown's Pitt Panthers.
Notre Dame 21 to 17. Okay. We'll give Pitt an extra touchdown, but Notre Dame will beat them.
Now, unfortunately, Father Haney will not be able to attend tomorrow night's game, but he says he'll be rushing home to check that final score. Reporting live in downtown Pittsburgh, Emily Evans, ABC 57 News.
And tonight, hundreds of students from both Notre Dame and St. Mary's are also in Pittsburgh. We caught up with them earlier today as they left on the buses. The equipment truck has also left campus, meeting the team down there as well. Here's what a few fans had to say before they left South Bend.
I'm from Pittsburgh, and it's always nice to go home during the weekends, and it's so convenient that the Pittsburgh Notre Dame Alumni Club has the bus that goes.
Also expected to bring students back to campus after the game.
And continuing our team coverage of the game, here's a look at what you can expect if you're going out to the game tomorrow. when the Irish take on the Panthers. 47 degrees at kickoff with just partly cloudy skies out there. And that's going to continue as we head out through the rest of the game tomorrow with just temperatures right in the mid-40s ending out the game. We're not going to be tracking anything in the way of showers there or even here for tonight as well. Here's a look at your ABC 57 first warning live Doppler radar. Again, we're not tracking anything on there. We're going to be remaining clear as we head out through the rest of the night, even into the weekend as well. But those temperatures will continue to drop as we head out through the rest of your night tonight. Right now, 43 degrees in South Bend. And like I mentioned before, we're going to be seeing breezy conditions as we head into tomorrow. I'll have more coming up. Your full weather forecast in just a few minutes. Kim?
And Irish fans will never forget last year's game in South Bend. It took 3 overtimes and a missed field goal for the Irish to stay undefeated. Here is that play. Pitt's kicker kicks the ball, misses the game-winning field goal from about 30 yards out. And Pitt fans we talked to today say it is time for revenge.
And when we missed that 32-yard field goal to win it, that would have changed football season, the whole football season last season. So that hurts a lot. So we're going to get some revenge this year.
A lot of fans we talked to say they believe tomorrow's game will also be another nail-biter. And be sure to stay with ABC 57 as our special coverage of Notre Dame football continues. Tomorrow night, our live kickoff special starts at 7 o'clock right before the game at 8. And new tonight, the Home Depot is causing some controversy with a tweet sent out earlier today. Here is a look at it. What do you think? There's a picture of 2 black men with a monkey sitting in between, and the picture asks which drummer is not like the others. The tweet has since been taken down. Home Depot is the title sponsor of College Game Day on ESPN. And we have an ABC 57 safety alert for you and your family. Campus police at IUSB say a woman was approached by a man in a truck who solicited her and offered her money for sex. Now, she immediately called police and the suspect then drove off. But campus police asked that if you know anything or see anything like this, to give them a call. Would you like to be a county police officer? Well, tomorrow could be your chance. There is an information and orientation for prospective candidates at 10 at the Police Patrol Post on Lincoln Way West in South Bend. Interested candidates must be U.S. citizens, at least 21 years old, and have a valid driver's license and be a resident of St. Joe County. Heads up for South Bend residents. The sewer price hike could be on the rise to repair 100-year-old pipes. Residents received a letter in the mail about a public hearing regarding this issue. Those pipes were built in the 1800s and they carry both sewer and stormwater. And the EPA says the two need to be separated. That, of course, takes money. But some residents say the city needs to find it from somewhere else besides their pockets.
When you have a challenging situation, sometimes the easiest answer is the one that people tend to gravitate toward, which in this case would be, okay, let's just raise it and make everybody pay more for it.
That public hearing is set for Monday at the South Bend City Council meeting. It starts at 7, and city leaders want anyone who wants their opinion heard to show up. Students in LaVille got an unexpected vacation this week when water woes shut down the school for 3 straight days. But come Monday, students should be back in the classroom. It's all because of a broken well pump. The district has to test the water for contamination on the new pump before schools can reopen their doors. The 3-day hiatus from class has been really fun for the kids, but tough for those working parents.
I work 3 days a week during the day, and my husband works at night, so we can stay home with her, and there's always somebody here.
They are expecting everything to be back to normal by Monday. We will let you know an update here on ABC 57 News over the weekend. What's known as Counting Day did not go well for Benton Harbor schools this year. It's the day where attendance determines the amount of state funding that each district receives. But in Benton Harbor, numbers were down for the 3rd consecutive year, and that means about $300,000 less from the state. Benton Harbor is already dealing with a major budget cut. No word yet on where they will now cut that additional $300,000. And new tonight, a Michigan congressman is leading the fight against deadly allergic reactions.
Well, I'm ABC 57's Marissa Kirby. Coming up, I speak with Congressman Fred Upton to see what he's doing to put EpiPens in schools nationwide.
Plus, ABC 57's Friday Night Football continues. Find out if New Prairie could stay undefeated.
And we're tracking another cold night out there. Temperatures dropping back down into the lower 40s, even in the upper 30s for some parts of the region right now. I'm more coming up with the rest.